It looks nice and plump, she said. I'll put it in soup and we'll have it for supper. First of all, who is like, oh, hey son, what'd you bring me? Oh my god, I'm going to put this in soup. Alright guys, we're doing something a little different today. I'm actually a little nervous about it because I am recording on my webcam instead of my camera like usual. I keep looking at the screen. I'm sorry, I'll try not to do that. But we're going to be reading scary stories and all that kind of stuff. And I wanted to go in several different directions with this series because I wanted to do a scary, like, story every maybe Saturday night, upload it out, like I have upload times to where it's Saturday night for the UK and for the US, but kind of like nighttime-ish. And I really wanted to do something like that for my channel, except I couldn't decide what to go in. Should I do real true stories, or should I go with just scary stories in general? And so I decided to kind of just go with the flow each week. I'm recording this very last minute. I've had a rough week. So it's 11 p.m. on Friday. This goes up tomorrow, and I still have to edit it. My usual procrastination, except for the last 2 months, I've been right on. And then I missed my upload today, and then I almost missed the upload for tomorrow, and I couldn't do that. The reason why Resident Evil 7 didn't go up on Friday like it was supposed to is because I was having some technical difficulties. Sony Vegas was not wanting to render it. It's still crashing. I got Premiere, so I'm going to see if Premiere will actually render it and have good quality and stuff. I have to mess with the settings, have to learn a whole new program because I'm so used to Vegas. So that's going to be a lot of fun. I'm rambling, I'm sorry. But that's just the thoughts, and that's just kind of a little update if you were wondering what happened to the Resident Evil video. It's still I had it all edited, and it took me 2 to 4 hours to edit it all together, and then wah wah wah. Anyways, because I am deciding to do this so last minute, and this is very new to me because I'm on a webcam instead of a camera. I don't know, it's just so weird to me, and for whatever reason I felt more comfortable recording with headphones on. I don't know, I was like, okay, I'm gonna wear them. I'm gonna do it. Oh, speaking of Resident Evil, I am wearing my Resident Evil hoodie, if you guys wanted to know. I got it at PAX South this year, and I am so excited about it, and I wore it because I was like, I actually had it in the closet. What is going on with my hair over here? Had it in the closet, and I was excited to wear it, and I'm sorry I'm rambling. This has been 3 minutes of not what you clicked on this video for. Hopefully, please click on this video. Anyways, so I'm going to do a little vlog at the end because obviously I have I feel like these videos are really good to just sit down and talk about your feelings and all that kind of good stuff, and I've had a rough week, and I feel like it would help me out, and that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm putting it at the end so that whoever wants to skip it can skip it and all that good stuff. I'm rambling again. I'm sorry. This is what I do. I'm a mess. Anyways, I decided to just go on my bookshelf and find this book here, which is the Scary Stories Treasury, which has all the favorites of the first 3 Scary Stories in the Dark. I bought this a long time ago. I think I bought this when Borders was still a thing. I think this was the last purchase from Borders because I got it for 60% off or something. Oh, Borders. When I was a kid, I wanted to work there. Legit. That was my dream, was to work at Borders. But I have some of my favorite stories in this book, and I thought it might be kind of fun to read them. I don't know. Oh, oh my god, I started recording this video and I did not, introduce my special guest. This right here is David. And if you watched my haul video, I did mention that I bought this costume for David. Well, this is David. And right now, he's a mannequin, obviously. My little friend David, he's a mannequin. And his shirt keeps coming undone, so he might just start flashing you guys some skin. I'm sorry for that. He's doing it now. I'm just going to leave it. But when I was getting ready to record this video, I was like, how am I going to get him to sit down with me? So right now, I have a legless mannequin sitting next to me. He is also used to scare the shit out of my neighbors because they like to look through my windows. I'm just going to put that out there. Anyways, let's go ahead and get started. I do have some of my favorites written down. I'm sorry, guys. I'm so unprepared. I decided to do this series. I knew I was going to do it for months, or for at least a month, and then I decided to put off recording it because I've had some personal things go on throughout the week. And I finally went through it yesterday or the day before and wrote down a bunch of stuff, but I never recorded it, and that's my bad. I probably should have really recorded this ahead of time, and I probably would have been in a better headspace. Let's see. The first one. Oh, I loved this one as a kid. And you know, like, reading these as adults, you're kind of like, why did I think this was scary? That's so weird. But now that, like, you're, you know, I don't know, okay, this one is called The Big Toe, Let It Focus. I don't know if you guys read these books as a kid, but I was obsessed with them. This was one of my favorites. I don't know why. I would go to the playground and just recite this one to other kids on the playground. Is that weird? Just a little. Also, I have my microphone in front of me. That's why. Oh, you can see it. You can see my microphone today. Okay. Let's get into story mode, shall we? Also, the lighting's not very good in here, so I'm sorry that the camera's kind of a little fuzzy. Fuzzy wuzzy was a bear. All right, the big toe. A boy was digging at the edge of the garden when he saw a big toe. He tried to pick it up, but it was stuck to something. So he gave it a good hard jerk. I don't know why I am choppy today. What is going on with this over here? Let's just... Yep. Okay, we fixed it. So he gave it a good hard jerk, and it came off in his hand. Then he heard something groan and scamper away. The boy took the toe into the kitchen and showed it to his mother. "It looks nice and plump," she said. "I'll put it in soup and we'll have it for supper." First of all, who is like, "Oh, hey son, what'd you bring me? Oh my God, I'm going to put this in soup"? I would be like, "Oh my God, where'd you find that?" Like, seriously, like, we need to discuss where you've been. Like, at the edge of the garden or a cemetery. Just gonna put it out there. That night, his father carved the toe into 3 pieces, and they each had a piece. Then they did the dishes, and when it got dark, they went to bed. The boy fell asleep almost at once, but in the middle of the night, a sound awakened him. It was something out in the street. It was a voice, and it was calling to him. "Where's my toe?" it groaned. When the boy heard that, he got very scared. But he thought, "It doesn't know where I am. It will never find me." Then he heard the voice once more. Only now it was closer. "Where's my toe?" it groaned. The boy pulled the blanket over his head and closed his eyes. "I'll go to sleep," he thought. "When I wake up, it'll be gone." But soon he heard the back door open, and again he heard the voice. "Where's my toe?" it groaned. Then the boy heard footsteps move through the kitchen, into the dining room, into the living room, into the front hall. Then slowly they climbed the stairs. Closer and closer they came. Soon they were in the upstairs hall. Now they were outside his door. "Where's my toe?" the voice groaned. His door opened. Shaking with fear, he listened as the footsteps slowly moved through the dark towards his bed. Then they stopped. "Where's my toe?" it groaned. "You've got it." I don't know why I love this one as a child. I think it's because you can, like, jump at people and all that kind of good stuff. I feel like I'm slouching. I'm sorry. I have horrible posture. There is also another ending. It says the big toe also has another ending. When the boy hears the voice calling for its toe, he finds a strange-looking creature up inside the chimney. The boy is so frightened he can't move. He stands there and stares at it. Finally, he asks, What you got such big eyes for?" And the creature answers, "To look you through and through." "What you got such big claws for?" "To scratch up your grave." "What you got such a big mouth for?" "To swallow you whole." "What you got the sharp teeth for?" "To chomp your bones." And that is like the second ending. I didn't realize this one had a second ending. I've only heard the first one. That is very interesting. That was number numero uno. I tried to speak Spanish and it was just not happening. All right. Let's see. What was the next one that I liked? Page 61. The only thing that I don't like about this is that one of my favorite ones is not in here. And that is so sad. So sad. But it's also like one of the ones I remember. You're thinking that I was read these at school during reading class. And I don't know what teachers were thinking back then. Oh, 61. What am I doing? I just flipped to like the second book and I was like, I'm going to find it through here. But it's not. Oh, there it is. There it is. There it is. Ooh, The Hook. That one's a good one. I think everyone's heard this one actually. I'll show the illustration. The Hook. I actually really like that the webcam autofocuses. My phone doesn't do that. Sorry, my headphones, they're stuck in my drawer. All right. First world problems, I know. All right. Donald and Sarah went to the movies. Then they went for a ride in Donald's car. Ooh la la. They parked up on a hill at the edge of town. From there, they could see the lights up and down the valley. Donald turned on the radio and found some music, but an announcer broke in with the news bulletin. A murderer had escaped from the state prison. He was armed with a knife and was headed south on foot. His left hand was missing. In its place, he wore a hook. Let's roll up the windows and lock the doors, said Sarah. That's a good idea, said Donald. That prison is too far away, said Sarah. Maybe we really, or isn't too far away, I'm sorry. That prison isn't too far away, said Sarah. Maybe we really should go home. But it's only 10 o'clock, said Donald. He wants to get lucky. I don't care what time it is, she said. I want to go home. Look, Sarah, said Donald. He's not going to climb all the way up here. Why would he do that? Even if he did, all the doors are locked. How could he get in? Donald, he could take that hook and break through a window and open a door, she said. I'm scared. I want to go home. Donald was annoyed. Girls are always afraid of something, he mumbled. It's because he wanted to get lucky. As he started the car, Sarah thought she heard something or something scratching at her door. Did you hear that? She said as they roared away. It sounded like somebody was trying to get in. Oh, sure, said Donald, but soon they got to her house. Oh. Would you like to come in and have some cocoa? She said, or she asked. He might still get lucky. No, I've got to go home. Oh, he blew her off, the jerk. He went around to the other side to let her out. Oh, at least he opened the door. Hanging on the door handle was a hook. Bum, bum, bum. I heard that one a lot as a kid, too. And I think that one, like, I think I'm slouching because I want to be close to the camera. I think that's what the problem is. Right, David? He agrees. I think I liked that one because when the teacher was reading it to us, she would make clinking sounds and it would really creep me out. I have this like obsession with horror movies and games and stories and all that kind of good stuff, even though I'm playing Resident Evil and I'm such a pansy. It's horrible. The next one, though, like, legitly is the reason why I look in my back seat. And, like, I haven't even read this story. It was a little longer. I haven't read this story since I was little, so it might be completely different, and my imagination, like, just took off with me. But I, like, literally look in my back seat now, every single time, just in case. This one's high beams. The nice little illustration there. All right. The girl driving the old blue sedan was a senior at high school. She lived on a farm about 8 miles away and used the car to drive back and forth. She had driven into town that night to see a basketball game. Now she was on her way home. As she pulled away from the school, she noticed a red pickup truck follow her out of the parking lot. A few minutes later, the truck was still behind her. I guess we're going in the same direction, she thought. It's never that way. Always be suspicious of cars following you on the highway, by the way. Just like a PSA, because it could be in danger. Like, we've had times where someone's been following us for, like, miles, and we just go around the block a couple times, and, like, they disappear, but it's better to be safe than sorry. Anyways, she began to watch the truck in her mirror. When she changed her speed, the driver of the truck changed his speed. When she passed a car, so did he. Then he turned on his high beams, flooding her car with light. He left them on for almost a minute. He probably wants to pass me, she thought, but she was becoming uneasy. Usually, she drove home over a back road. Not too many people went that way. But when she turned onto the road, so did the truck. I've got to get away from him, she thought, and she began driving faster. Then he turned his I-beams on again. After a minute, he turned them off. Then he turned them on again and off again. Usually that's like a signal like, hey, dear driver, there's something going on with your vehicle. Like, I've had that happen to where we have like a tail light or something out and they flash us real quick, and then at a stoplight they're like, by the way, you have a light out. So I don't know why she didn't think, oh, maybe there's something wrong with the car. Maybe that's why he's, tailing me. Of course, she is just a girl by herself and probably shouldn't stop on a dead-end road just to see what a guy wants. I'm going to put that out there too. Let's see. She drove even faster, but the truck driver stayed right behind her. Then he turned his I-beams on again. Once more, her car was ablaze with light. What is he doing? She wondered. What does he want? Then he turned them off again. But a minute later, he had them on again, and he left them on. As she pulled into her driveway and the truck pulled in right behind her, she jumped from her car and ran to the house. Call the police, she screamed at her father. Out in the driveway, she could see the driver of the truck. He had a gun in his hand. When the police arrived, they started to arrest him, but he pointed to the girl's car. Actually, they wouldn't just arrest him. They probably would have fired on him. Just going to put it out there. Well, unless he, put his weapon down. You know what I mean? Anyways, you don't want me, he said. You want him. Crouched behind the driver's seat, there was a man with a knife. That, I don't know why. Ever since I got into, the car and, the back seat, my car's always locked, but you never know. I always check the back seat now. As the driver of the truck explained it, the man slipped into the girl's car just before she left school. He saw it happen, but there was no way he could stop it. He thought about getting the police, but he was afraid to leave her, so he just followed her car. Each time the man in the back seat reached up to overpower her, the truck driver turned on his high beams. Then the man dropped down, afraid that someone might see him. So he was just being a good Samaritan, and she was freaking out on him. It's all good. But I don't know why that was one of my favorite ones, but I think it's just because it makes you I don't know, oh, that's something that actually could happen, is somebody jumping in your back seat and trying to kill you or overpower you, or just Grand Theft Auto. I played the game enough. I know, you know, everybody knows, right, David? Words of wisdom from David. You have it here. Anyways, guys, this is going to be the end of the scary story portion. So if you want to skip out, I understand. The next part is just going to be me venting a little bit. I've had a really rough week. Wow, my camera is detecting David's face and it's kind of freaking me out. It's okay. It's okay, friend. Anyways, so a week ago or so, it's been more than that. It's 2 weeks my cat's been throwing up, and it wasn't good. We finally took her to the vet last week, and they couldn't figure out anything wrong with her. In fact, up until today, they still did not know 100% what was wrong with her. All they knew was that she wasn't eating, she wasn't using the bathroom, she wasn't drinking anything, and that she was slowly dying. So that's been really rough on me the last couple days. My work doesn't understand because they're it's just a cat. But I'm but you don't understand, I don't have kids, and this is my first pet with my husband, and we've had her for 8 years, so there's definitely an attachment there. And they did so many tests on her. We spent so much money trying to figure out what's wrong with her. And towards the end, they were her blood cell count is way too low. We can't do surgery. We can send her to a specialist to get her blood transfusion, but that'll only buy us 5 days. In those 5 days, they might find out what's wrong with her. But if there's nothing they can do, then we just spent all this money on a specialist. And that breaks my heart because they tested for everything. They narrowed it down to blood parasites and cancer. And they decided it wasn't blood parasites because they put a steroid in her and she wasn't reacting to it like she did at first. And then her pack cells went down farther. So she was at a 14 at that point. They went down to a 12, which is critical. And 9, pack cell 9 is when they start to like wither away and, you know, pass away and stuff. So I had to go through that. And then my work was like, why aren't all these deadlines completed? And I was like, guys, like, it's not just me. There's another manager. He's not doing anything at all, so he could do it. And he ended up texting me today. He was like, hey, how are you doing? I'm sorry about your cat, but I need you to come in tomorrow and finish something. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. But I'll do it because it'll take 15 minutes and it'll be done. But yeah, so we had to put her to sleep today because she wouldn't have made it to Monday. Right now it's Friday. The vet was very clear on that, and he was not very, like, he's like, I would do anything if I had just a sliver of a chance. So he did tell us that he would send us to a specialist if he thought there was a chance she could live. And he didn't think so. So we got like a little like model of her paw print, and sorry, I'm going to try not to cry. It's still pretty fresh. And she was our little baby. She was actually in my Halloween haul video, if you guys watched that. So that's how quickly she went downhill. Yeah, it's hard. And no, like, only my like employees like understand what I'm going through, which is sad. You'd think management would be a little more caring than they are, but they're really not. And then my while we're there, I don't know what happened to my husband. He either had a seizure or he fainted. I don't know, but it was scary. It was the first time that's ever happened, and that's just kind of what's on my mind. I don't know. It's been a really rough week. And like, it's the end of month, and so we have a bunch of stuff to do with month end, and I didn't get as much stuff done, and they were expecting me to, because usually I perform miracles, and this week I was like, I'm doing the best I can. Oh, what do you think, David? David's always here to support me. It's great. Anyways, it's not really a vlog. I don't know. I just have a lot on my mind lately. And I have a lot to do for this channel. Like, I gave myself an impossible load. But I was just like, I really want to try to do this. And I can. I need to do it. And, like, I'm recording the last bits of my do-it-yourself decor video this weekend, hopefully, because it's going up next weekend. And then I'm hopefully doing my voiceover for my painting tonight. I have no idea. There's just so much going on. I'm trying to get it all done. Vegas Pro is not really working for me as far as Resident Evil is going, so I'm going to have to go to Premiere and learn that. It's just a lot. I wish I could just do this full time, because I like this a lot more than my actual job. It's like, the thing is that I'm not a big channel. I don't have a lot of views, and I'm perfectly fine with that, because right now, like, me just talking makes me feel better. And like, I can go on and on and on, because I'm not a professional or anything, but this has helped me so much as far as my confidence and my anxiety and me feeling better as a person and releasing some like built up energy about some certain stuff. I don't know. I'm grateful to do what I'm doing. I just wish I could do it more, because I really do like it. Anyways, guys, if you like this video, press that like button. If you want to watch more videos, press the subscribe button. I make videos Monday through Thursday and sometimes on Friday, except in the month of October. I'm making a video every single day for you guys, and hope you guys having a fantastic day. Let me know if you want more webcam thingies, because I have it now, so might as well use it, right? Yeah? Okay, bye!